Okay, let's just dive right into this. Welcome to our documentary-style explainer, where we're going on an exclusive, behind-the-velvet rope journey through absolute extreme automotive opulence. Today, we're exploring the very pinnacle of engineering and wealth by looking at the entire modern lineup of Rolls-Royce. And look, we're not just doing a simple summary here. We are going deep. We want to tell all the features, the specs, and really unpack the sheer audacity of these vehicles to understand what truly makes them the ultimate status symbols.
Now, you might be wondering, where does that audacity even come from? Well, this perfectly illustrates it. The title, The Best Car in the World, wasn't just made up yesterday. It was actually first bestowed upon the 1906 Silver Ghost because that car was just so eerily smooth and quiet. And here's the wild part. Over a century later, Rolls-Royce still maintains that absurdly high standard. Across every single vehicle class they produce today, their engineering goal is to deliver that exact same magic carpet ride and bank vault quietness. It's just this uncompromising pursuit of perfection. So let's get into it. Part 1. The Ghost, the Driver's Palace. To really put this level of opulence into perspective, let's look at what's affectionately known as the driver's palace. Now, calling a vehicle that starts at around $354,750 an entry-level sedan feels, frankly, almost comical. But in the world of Rolls-Royce, that's exactly what the Ghost is. Underneath the hood, you've got a massive 6.75-liter twin-turbo V12 engine, literally whispering out 563 horsepower to all four wheels, effortlessly launching it from 0 to 60 in about 4.8 seconds. And think about this. For the cost of one single Ghost, you could buy 8 Mercedes S-Class sedans. 8! But the thing is, none of those 8 highly capable luxury cars would offer the sheer, uncompromising sense of occasion you get with the Ghost. You know, you don't get the iconic Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament leading the way, and you definitely don't get lamb's wool floor mats so incredibly plush that your feet literally feel like they're on vacation. But the absolutely crucial point is how they achieve this legendary ride quality. One of the most mind-blowing engineering details is the Ghost's 8-speed, satellite-aided transmission. Yes, you heard that right. It is literally using GPS to read the road ahead of you. It pre-selects gears for upcoming corners or hills before you even reach them. This ensures that this 5,500-pound rolling palace remains perpetually, effortlessly smooth. It actively prefers to ride soft rather than whip around turns, prioritizing a supremely comfortable drive above everything else.
Moving on to Part 2, the Cullinan, the all-terrain gem.
Starting around $394,000 and easily crossing the $450,000 mark in its black badge form, this right here is the ultimate luxury SUV. It's actually fittingly named after the largest diamond ever discovered. This 3-ton all-wheel drive Titan boasts 8 inches of ground clearance and a dedicated off-road mode. Now, is an owner going to take it rock crawling? Highly unlikely. But knowing you could effortlessly traverse a muddy country estate or a snowy mountain in total pampered comfort, that is entirely the point. And I absolutely love this description. The Cullinan has the aerodynamic profile of a literal boulder. I mean, it is massive with that upright Parthenon lil, yet thanks to that familiar 6.75-liter twin-turbo V12, which, by the way, can be tuned up to 592 horsepower, this 3-ton boulder launches from 0 to 60 in a baffling 4.9 seconds with alarming ease. It basically defies physics, all while using cameras to actively scan the road and adjust the air suspension to soak up bumps, keeping that trademark magic carpet ride intact. And honestly, nothing illustrates why the Cullinan is in a league of its own, quite like the viewing suite. This is the ultimate tailgate experience. From the boot of the SUV, 2 leather chairs and a central cocktail table just pop out at the touch of a button. It is meticulously designed for, you guessed it, watching polo matches or enjoying a sunset with champagne in hand. Features like this, combined with massaging seats and a fiber-optic Starlight headliner, genuinely make competitors like the Bentley Bentayga or Mercedes Maybach GLS look positively pedestrian.
Now for Part 3, the Spectre, the silent future.
We are stepping into a completely different era for the brand here. The Spectre is Rolls-Royce's bold leap into the all-electric future, starting around $422,000. It's this large, stately 2-door super coupe with stunning fastback styling. But what's truly remarkable is how they utilize the electric vehicle architecture itself. They took a 1,500-pound battery pack and placed it down low in a 30% stiffer aluminum space frame, so it acts as literal sound insulation. You are rolling on heavy, velvet smooth silence. And inside, the sheer scale of the craftsmanship is staggering. We all know about their famous Starlight headliner, right? Well, they've extended it.
There are 4,796 softly glowing fiber optic stars embedded directly into the interior doors and another 5,500 illuminated stars sweeping entirely across the dashboard fascia. This whole celestial cosmos design reportedly took over 10,000 hours to develop. Sitting inside at night, you literally feel like you are drifting through space. To really understand the Spectre's specific mission, you just have to look at the market. You have electric cars out there like the Tesla Model S Plaid that are entirely focused on chasing raw drag strip numbers and 0 to 60 times. The Spectre, with its 584 horsepower and 260 to 290 miles of range, isn't slow. It hits 60 in 4.4 seconds, but it explicitly ignores that track time obsession. Instead, it completely prioritizes a pillowy ride. It literally decouples its anti-roll bars on straight roads to deliver this overbearing, incredibly silent luxury. And nothing captures that philosophy better than this wonderfully cheeky, aristocratic perspective from the brand. Darling, drag races are for commoners. It's perfect. The Spectre proves that the electric era for Rolls-Royce is about an unapologetically lavish experience, not white-knuckles speed. The lack of an internal combustion engine simply means even less noise and vibration, so you can just sit back, enjoy your whisper-quiet air conditioning and bespoke audio, while your battery fast charges from 10 to 80% in 34 minutes, which is, just enough time for a nice cup of Earl Grey. Arriving at Part 4, the Phantom, the unrivaled apex. Often referred to quite literally as the best car in the world, the Phantom's legacy dates all the way back to 1925. This is it, the definitive ultra-luxury sedan. Starting at around $456,000 for the standard model, the extended wheelbase versions easily soar past the $600,000 mark, and that's before you even touch bespoke customizations. At over 19 feet long, it is the automotive equivalent of a private island, designed primarily for those who are driven by a chauffeur. And inside, the Phantom offers the ultimate flex and personalization. It's a feature they call the gallery. Essentially, in the dashboard, there's a panel of toughened glass, and behind it, owners can commission and display actual, bespoke 3D fine art. We aren't just talking about picking a nice wood veneer here. One owner literally installed a 3D printed bold Swarovski collage right inside their dashboard. It's an unmatched level of customization that turns the vehicle into a mobile art gallery. And the driving experience? It is just as surreal as the interior. Drivers report that 100 miles per hour in a Phantom actually feels like 50. How is that even possible? Well, the car is packed with over 200 pounds of dedicated sound insulation. It uses thick double-paned glass and soft-closed coach doors to isolate you so thoroughly from the outside world that at highway speeds, the loudest thing inside the cabin might literally just be the ticking of its Cartier clock. Any potholes or speed bumps, they are simply softened into total oblivion by the suspension's incredibly smart algorithms. Ultimately, this raises a fascinating question. Who is the Phantom actually competing against? Well, with Bentley discontinuing its Mulsanne back in 2020, the Phantom effectively stands in a class of one among cars. If you demand this level of isolation, electrochromatic privacy glass dividers, and reclining airline-style seats with champagne coolers, your only real alternative is a well-appointed Gulfstream private jet. But, as we know, a Gulfstream can't exactly drive you directly to your dinner reservation in Manhattan. On the ground, the Phantom has absolutely no equal. So let's quickly summarize this documentary ascent of the modern Rolls-Royce royal family. From the $354,000 Ghost pushing 563 horsepower, to the massive Cullinan SUV, the silent all-electric 584 horsepower Spectre, all the way up to the $600,000 plus Phantom. Looking at these specs all together, you really grasp the core philosophy here. While they are all incredibly powerful and surprisingly quick for their massive weight, pure speed is always secondary to delivering that flawless, completely isolated, magic carpet experience. And that brings us to the end of our explainer. We've seen the driver-focused Ghost, the go-anywhere, rugged luxury of the Cullinan, the electric serenity of the Spectre, and the completely unrivaled chauffeur-driven isolation of the Phantom. Each one represents a vastly different flavor of extreme, uncompromising luxury. So, I want to leave you with this final thought. If you had the keys to the kingdom in hand right now, which of these rolling palaces resonates most with your inner billionaire? Thank you so much for exploring the absolute pinnacle of automotive engineering with me today.